Are you a real estate agent who needs to get a lot of sales? Or do you want to take your real estate marketing game to the next level? Then stay tuned to the end of this episode and I'll share with you the 5 website hacks you can implement today to win the real estate marketing game. And if you stay tuned all the way to the end of this episode, I'll share a quick bonus tip that most agents never consider. Good evening. I want to talk to you today about the 5 website marketing secrets no one talks about for real estate agents to win the real estate marketing game. Now, number 1 is going to be to have an impressive homepage. Number 2 is going to be create awesome, not boring listings. Number 3 is going to be to hire a photographer. Number 4 is going to be to create lead magnets. And number 5 is going to be focus on user experience. Now, when it comes to real estate, the internet has provided a much needed revolution, with 90% of home buyers beginning their house hunting quest online. Real estate agents need to make sure their presence is definitely felt. First and foremost, real estate agents should set up an attractive website that shows off the properties they have on their portfolio. Now, utilizing real estate hacks can help you attract more home buyers to your site. Making sure to include catchy titles, relevant keywords, and employing a cheerful tone throughout your whole website will create an inviting website to your customers. Social media is becoming increasingly important in the real estate space. Now, its reach is very vast and you can target potential buyers from all around the world with just one simple click. Now, taking the time to learn about real estate marketing strategies can definitely increase your success as an agent. Now, let's get into the list. Number 1, have an impressive homepage. Now, who knew that the homepage of your business website could have such an impact? But it's true. 78% of people will judge the credibility of a business based on its homepage design alone. Now, first impressions are everything. So that means you've got to make sure to show stop. Now, I'm talking about images on your site that screams, "Look at me," and it has a very prominent call to action that leaves no doubt on what you want your visitors to do next. And don't forget, your website also, now this is very, very important. Your website also needs to have a very intuitive menu. It should be very easy for your consumer to navigate around on your website to find different listings and different things they may be interested in. So please never make it a chore to go through your website's homepage. Next up, we have create awesome, not boring listings. Now, in today's home buying market, homeowners feel more empowered to do their own research before making any kind of purchases. Even down to buying a pack of bubble gum, people are going to go online to do research. Now, it's easy to see why, as home buying is a major commitment. In my own experience of renting and owning properties, I've always still found myself using Google Maps, the Street View, different tools like that as an essential asset. And the reason I do that is because before I get to any area, I want to make sure that particular area is safe and, everything is well to do. Now, most of your customers are going to be the exact same way. They're going to use Google Maps or Google Earth and things like that to take a look at the nearby businesses that they can walk to. Now, if you offer home listings that make all of this information easily accessible on your properties pages, then this is going to make your website more inviting and user-friendly. And then on these pages, you can also provide detailed descriptions and photos and virtual tours, or even list out nearby hotspots within walking distance of the home that you are advertising. So for example, you can put stuff like the nearest bus stop is 5 minutes away, or the closest Whole Foods is right at the end of the block. All of this will help future home buyers elevate your listings better so they can make a more informed and sound decision. Next up, we have hire a photographer. Now, when it comes to website and property photos, you can take a shot at it yourself, but I don't honestly recommend that because you want to hire a professional that will be able to captivate different stunning and beautiful pieces of the house itself. Now, a real expert in the field of photography and home architecture is worth their weight in gold. Remember, you want your properties to shine brighter than your competition. It's honestly a competition out here. So you don't want to have like no boring, lame photos from like a old iPhone 5 or anything like that. You need to have crisp, clean, refreshing photos of all of your properties. Now, this is one of the situations right here where spending a little bit of capital for somebody who has more experience than you can actually make all the difference in the world. Now, I really want you to think about this, okay? Hiring a professional photographer really isn't that expensive, especially if you plan on using him, her, they, or them on all of your projects. So think about it. If you hire a professional photographer that charges you $300 to, let's just say, do 50 photos of this particular house here that you have, okay? Now, I want you to think about that $300 for 50 professional photos, and I want you to compare that amount to the amount of the home sale price. Now, this is one of the situations where I highly advise you, please do not be cheap right here. Home photography is top notch and definitely on your website if you want to stand a chance in the real estate marketing game. Next up on the list is create lead magnets. Now, are you looking to generate more leads? Then I would highly advise an enticing lead magnet. Now, you may be thinking, what in the world is a lead magnet? Have you ever been on someone's website and as soon as you landed on their homepage, it could be something like Walmart, Kmart, Target, or Amazon, and they have like a little pop-up that entices you to want to give them your email address. Like it could be something like a guide to the 5 common mistakes new homeowners make, or something like the 7 most valuable features of a new home. See, that's going to be the lead magnet, and the goal of the lead magnet is to get your customers' information. With that information from your customers, you put that into like a database, like a ConvertKit or like a MailChimp or Lead Pages or something like that. And then what that allows you to do, that allows you to market to those particular customers right there, or potential customers, because they willingly gave you their email address because you had an enticing lead magnet that attracted their attention. Now, the best part about the lead magnet, honestly, is even while you're asleep, the lead magnet will always continue to do its job. Now, offering something like a free ebook as a lead magnet is a really, really good way to give like longer form content to your customers that provides a hell of a lot of value. And if you provide a really good value for your customers, you're going to be getting really good high quality leads also. Last but not least, we have the 5th tip, and that's going to be to focus on user experience. Okay, now let's face it, user experience is king. Even if you don't have your website looking proper, prim, and pretty, user experience makes it possible to navigate between the different points of your website. And if you make it very murky and very hard for your consumers and your users to find different pieces of information on your website, then users are going to be like, you know what? They don't even have their website together. I know like hell they're not going to be able to properly service me whenever it comes time for me asking them questions about a house. Now, even though you may be able to properly service them, but it's that perception of, I have to do all of this work to spend some money trying to, find different things about this house online. When I get with this agent here, hopefully I don't have to, go through a lot of murk, and hopefully they're not talking a lot of yabba dabba do. Because honestly, user experience is definitely going to be a huge selling point. Now, you may be thinking, Tony, how do I give a great user experience? Now, this is one where if you don't really know about like websites, and you don't know about like, optimization and page load speeds and things like that, I recommend to go to a outside service and hire someone who actually can take a look at your website and actually evaluate it properly in like a thought-provoking way. And then you can come up with a fantastic game plan with that particular company, and they can build a fantastic user experience for you. Because I know when I built my first website, I made it very, very hard for people to find stuff about me. So for example, I had a whole bunch of like menus like nestled together, and like if you wanted to work with me back then, you had to like click on like work with Tony, and then you had to click another drop down, and then that brought another drop down like how do you want to work with me, by phone, by email, and then it brought another drop down. It was just a lot of unnecessary steps like early in my coaching career that I made my customers go through. But thank goodness I got a lot of feedback like via email and things of that nature saying, hey Tony, like I want to purchase this right here from you, but you make it hard for me to spend money. So anytime one of my customers tell me I make it hard for them to spend money with me because they couldn't find a t-shirt or a coffee cup or something like that, I always make sure to go back and change that. So try your absolute best to please make sure you have a great user experience on your website, because customers have a very low tolerance rate for websites that are very murky and hard to navigate. Now, congratulations on making it to the end of this episode, and as promised, here comes your bonus tip. Now, put local content on your website. Here's what I'm talking about. When you're selling a home, it's important to take it one step further and portray the local town or area that you're selling in also. See, buyers who view your property now see the house itself, and they see the whole local experience. So try your best to show off the best way in what the local area has to offer, with beautiful photographs of like different town landmarks, famous restaurants, like different things that they can do, like whenever they move into the area. See, creative things like that gives your website more flair, more fling, and it's going to make it more enticing and attractive to your particular customer. And then also what that does is, if you also implement local favorite keywords into your copy on your website, like so for example, like if you're showing like let's just say you have a real estate agency, let's just say in Dallas, Texas, let's say, and then instead of just having stuff about the house like the school zones and things of that nature, all the important things about the home that the customer wants and needs to know, take it one step further and then put local content. Put the local best barbecue pits in that particular spot in Texas. Put the best, nail salons. Put the best barbershops. Put the best like contests and different things and different activities that the local area has to offer. And then what that's going to do is, whenever someone touring that particular area puts in, hey, what's fun to do here? And they get to putting words in and thinking things like that. And then once they put that word in, if you have those local keywords in your copy, you're going to populate on Google. And so that's going to give you a huge selling point right there, because the actual copy in your website with the local things that they can do are actually things that people actually want to do. So that's going to be your bonus tip right there, to put local content on your website. If you like this episode or found it helpful, please press that like and subscribe button, as this helps my channel grow. And that about wraps it up for today's episode. Until next time, I'll catch you later.